Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 2 of the Man in the Arena podcast. My name's Nomi, I'm your host, and in today's episode, I'm actually going to be breaking down a video that a coaching client of mine sent in to me. Now, what we're going to see is a young guy who it seems made a video message to send to his ex-girlfriend. And in this video, he's letting her know how this breakup is affecting him. It's, for some of you, you're going to be able to relate. For some of you, you're going to think, well, how pathetic. And for some of you, it's going to be quite heart-wrenching, and you'll be able to empathize or sympathize with the guy. However, I just want to make it clear that I don't know this guy at all, and this video is not to slate him in any way whatsoever. In some places I might sound harsh, but I think guys who are in a similar situation need to be woken up and given the correct guidance in order to go through it and get through it in the most healthy way, where you're going to come out a better version of yourself. So without further ado, let's get to it.
So you don't even know, yeah, how much you can hurt a man. That man is broke, bro. Money don't even matter, bro. You know I got too much. What does a car matter? I got the nicest car. Always have done. Bro, I don't have you. I don't want no one else, bro. What the fuck, bro? I don't even want to fuck no one. I can't be asked no more. Oh, shit. Yo. Please ring me, I beg you.
Like I said, pretty intense stuff there. First of all, let me address what's actually going on with this guy. Now, you may have watched that and thought you would never do anything like that. You would never handle that situation like that in the manner that he's done. But the problem with what he's doing, and all that he's doing actually, is he's actually vocalizing and displaying what most men are actually feeling when they lose a woman that they are completely in love with, that they can't imagine living life without. That is what most men go through, and a lot of women don't realize that. They think men, they'll just sleep around or they'll fuck around, and jobs are good, and once it's game over, it's game over. And that may be true for some guys, okay? But the way men love is completely different to women. And when a man's heart is broken, whether he displays it or not, generally what this guy is displaying and vocalizing in this video is what most men feel. So his only mistake, though, is not having control of that energy, okay? Rejection happens to us all. And it is how you handle rejection and the way you interpret rejection that will really define you as a man, as a human being, okay? And you can look at rejection as a negative force that is going to define you as a man, and allow it to completely take over, lower your self-esteem, lower your drive, lower your ambition. Or you can look at rejection as a chisel for perfection. And what I mean by that is, if you do get rejected, and we all do at some point, okay, you need to really sit down and just look introspectively and reflect. Yes, you're going to feel heartbreak. You're going to feel all those emotions, but you have to really sit down and look introspectively and think, at some point, I fucked up. At some point, I I may have made mistakes. I may have said certain things or displayed certain behaviors that put this girl off. Okay. And you have to look at what those potentially could be. Okay. So whether this guy was in a relationship with that girl or was just flat out rejected by a girl that he really, really liked, he needs to now look introspectively and think, well, where were my shortcomings? Because if you've got attractive masculine traits, you just, it's very hard to be rejected by a woman. Okay. Now, granted, not every woman is going to find you attractive. Okay. And you're just going to have to deal with that, take it on the chin and wish her well. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't force attraction, but you can do certain things that will increase your chances of coming across attractive to women in general. And a lot of that is in your health. It's in the way you carry yourself and the things you do behind the scenes. And that is learning skills to become competent in life. If you don't have positive masculine figures in your life, whether they're friends or members of your family that you can't look up to, then there's loads of examples from history and online they're just readily available to you. Okay. So that's the first thing. Have a look at it. Okay, this hurts, but am I going to allow it to define me as a man, or am I going to use that rejection as a chisel for perfection? And I always opt for the latter. Okay, I face rejection in life, whether that's in a professional capacity. I worked in high-end sales. You heard no more than you heard yes, but you have to build a pipeline. You have to come from a place of abundance and you have to work hard. And in your dating life, you still have to work hard, not on the apps or going up to every single woman that you come across, but the hard work comes from within. What work you're willing to put into yourself to build yourself as a man. Okay, so look at it positively. Yeah, it sucks, but if you look at it that way, trust me, your mind will be so diverted in building yourself that that period of heartbreak that you would have wallowed in it just goes by really quickly, because you're converting that negative energy into something positive. Okay, that's number one. Number two, that I feel that this guy has completely ruined his chances of ever having that girl in his life, is that he's basically shown her how she has broken him. He's said to her that he's broken, and I don't know, obviously, I don't know these two people, and I don't even know what the other girl may look like or anything, but I'm gonna assume that that video would have turned her off even more. Okay, because when you admit that you are broken, no matter how good of a human being that girl is, she may be there for you as a friend, okay, and help you through your hurt, okay, and be able to empathize, or even worse, sympathize. But she's never, ever gonna find that trait attractive. It's not her fault. It doesn't mean that she's a bad person. It's just female nature, okay? They don't want a damsel in distress. They don't want a man that's broken. They want a man that, even if he is broken on the inside, he works hard to fix the issue and doesn't wallow in self-pity. Okay, so by sending her that video message, I can only assume that she shared it with her friends and said, look how pathetic this guy is. I'm so glad I'm rid of him. Okay. Because somehow that video got leaked. So she either shared it with a friend who put it on TikTok, or she showed someone, they laughed at it and they said, right, let's name and shame this guy, right? But you run the risk of doing that because, newsflash, women talk. Whether it's good or bad, they talk. Okay. Now, so not only have you ruined your chances with her, you've ruined your reputation with that whole group because, women talk. So you have to be really careful. You are better off speaking to your male friends about how you feel. Speak to other men about how you feel, because when you get that male perspective, it gives you strength to get through it. Okay. If you don't have any friends or family that you can talk to, there are plenty of options available to you. Okay. People like me who help men get through these harsh breakups and divorces. I've been through it, and there's a certain formula to come out of it better on the other side. And I learned that very quickly, and I'm so thankful for it. But it's not just me, but there's loads and loads of people you can, talk about your problems to. And even if it's a paid therapy session, you're better off doing that than letting the girl know. So don't ever do that. And this guy's talking about he's got the nicest car, he's got too much money. If you had those things, my friend, you would not be making a video like that. Your life would be so much better. Okay. Not to say that money makes you happy, but it gives you options, as you know, and options bring happiness. I'm sorry, there's no other way about it. When you have options in life, you're gonna have self-esteem, you're gonna have confidence, and you're gonna be generally, overall, be happy. So I don't understand what he's trying to do there. And the thing is, I found many guys try and do this. They try and justify to the girl that, hey, I got money, I've got a nice car. And in reality, if you don't have it inside of you, they don't give a fuck. There's no other way to put it, okay? If you don't have that game inside of you, okay, that swag, they're not gonna be bothered, okay? So there was no need to say that. But hey, if that's what you rely on to get girls, then that's your thing. I've always said one thing: it's not about the car, it's about the man that drives the car. So you could drive an Aston Martin, a Ferrari, but if you're some needy dweeb, no one gives a shit. Okay, so that's the other thing I would advise him not to have done. And this guy has to look at his own image. Look at the man, like, he's recorded that, and let's face it, he looks like a guy who has no direction in life. Whether the breakup or the rejection led him to go through that phase of not giving a damn about how he looks. And trust me, I can understand that getting up every day, having a shower and grooming yourself and getting ready, spraying some aftershave whilst you're going through such a dark period is going to be difficult. But only for the first week, okay? And then that's it. It becomes part of who you are. Make the effort to make yourself look presentable. So if another opportunity comes, you can grab it with both hands, okay? But he's there, he looks like some broke guy who deals weed on the side whenever he can. And I'm sorry, that's not a very masculine look whatsoever. So work on your appearance, go to the gym, go do healthy things that will change your mind into a healthy muscle that just pumps out positive images and positive thoughts, because I don't think anything works better than exercise for that. Whether you go for a walk, I found many times when I've been in my head too much, if I just say to myself, you know what, you need to go for a walk, you need to move, after about 5-10 minutes, or I could be in my head during that whole period of walking, but you know, when I get back home, I feel 10 times better. So you need to get into your head, get into your body a bit more, and start working on yourself. And just know that there are other options available. You know, this is an example of how many guys deal with rejection and breakups, by the way. There's so many guys out there that allow it to completely break them, and they spend the rest of their lives losing and just pining after that one girl that rejected them. Okay. And yes, you know, we all have the one that got away, so to speak, and we may, you know, even I may think of some of those girls every now and then, but I do not let it deter me from my goal, and I do not let it affect the way I act and the way I behave. You need to really look introspectively. I can actually, and this is the harsh bit, looking at this guy, I could see why a girl would reject him. Okay, I'm sorry to say. Number one, the language that you're using. I do not understand this whole trend of referring to someone that you want romantically and sexually as bro. I mean, what is all that about? I just don't get it. I would never refer to a woman that I desired, any woman, as bro. Forget desiring them or not. I would not refer to a woman like that. It's not masculine. It does not look cool. I don't know. I'm not with that lingo, but I would change the language that you use. And what you'll find is, as you develop as a man, your tastes will up a level. You know, you're not gonna want to deal with shit at the bottom of a barrel. You're gonna want to go for the best of whatever's available to you, and that is the best way to live your life. Is go for whatever is the best option available to you. Don't just scrape at the bottom of a barrel, because you're going to stay at that level your whole life. And each time something like this happens, then you're going to react the same way. But as you develop yourself as a man, you will develop your competency, you will then develop your confidence, and you will develop a higher caliber of taste. So you're going to go for quality, okay? And that is just some of the advice I would give to this guy. And I would say that, look, you know, if you yourself are going through something similar, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help. This is the whole reason why I set up the Man in the Arena blog and the support group and my coaching services, is to help men in a similar situation. Or if you know someone, whether it's through me or another channel, find a way to help them. And if you've got a friend that wants to text a girl or ring a girl that's broken his heart and wants to let her know how he's feeling, stop him immediately, okay? Divert his attention into something that's going to develop him and you as a man and as a human. So I just want to finish off by thanking you for watching this very short episode, but I do hope it's helped. And if you want to know more about me and my coaching services and more about the Man in the Arena podcast and blog, don't hesitate to get in touch. I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.